All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set! 280! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
On first down, it's Stafford. Johnson, the intended target. And it's second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The throw over the middle, taken in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Check 13! Check 13! Switch, switch, switch! 49! Check 49! Check 49! Slam, slam, slam!
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set, hut, sit. Now the wolf. This the mic. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Big air, big air, big air. Extreme. Extreme. Check. Jack Rabbit. Jack Rabbit.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll have a first down past the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week.
Ready. 36 the mic. We ain't giving up nothing today. Switch. Switch. 56. Pull it out.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Mack, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And middle.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
40 got.
Now Stafford. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Calais Campbell in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. Now here's Ross. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. That 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go. Tight dog.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Mack. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Here we go. Some of the ending. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a first and 10.
Double time. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Right, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run with Mack. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He's coming. He's coming. 22.
On third down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We own them. Check it back. Check it back. Say. Check 31. Check 31. Out. Like 7.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Rush in. Stick middle. 58 for Mike.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Cut. Alert 3.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, 22. Look at him.
On second down, Johnson, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check 4, check 4. Check safety, check safety. Deuce. Hey, 70.
They'll run it with Johnson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait and enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
36.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Watch twins.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Mike 58 right there. What's the run? They're running it. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On second down, it's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Stafford on third down. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Blue 60. Push him back. Push him back. Shift, shift. Switch, switch, switch. Jet 20.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Back to throw, Stafford. And he's got his man on the out route. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
36, 36. Watch the safety creep. 25, check 25, check 25.
This time they stay on the ground, and he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Lions.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hurry! Shift! Watch the shift! Hey, give me a radar.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, fellas.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Jackson. It's his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. On 3rd down, a run by Mack, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the 2nd half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check. Hey, switch here.
The first down carry here for Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
50-50.
A loss of a yard. Brings us
32.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Lady. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Slam, slam, slam.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford steps away to his left. His throw incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, you know, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Marlon Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check. Eddie Weber. Check hot route. Hot.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You got it. You got it.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, come on, Hey, like 7. Hey, 54. Hey, orbit.
Stafford. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Hey, 22. Shoot.
Now Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
50. 20. 58, right there. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford complete to Jones. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set, hut. Not a wolf. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check your hot read.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Got 36 to Mike. Let's go.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Funches has it complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Mack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
36, line 36. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson, and he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
At the 45-yard line.
Set, 180. Hey, watch the slant. Check. Undercrunch. Watch the edge. Hey, 5-0.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready, 180. 58, come on. Hey, keep it up. Shoot. Check 13. Switch. 49, check 53. Ready.
On third down, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Andy Lee now. He's been terrific so far. Ross on the return. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counter.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, well, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So for Detroit, it's a hallelujah moment as they pick up their first win following 12 straight defeats, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have